Hey guys, Trevor Holt here. It's Sunday, what is it, 28th of April. Again, we're blessed here in Queensland with beautiful autumn weather. Has to be one of the best seasons of the year, I'm pretty sure. On my regular Sunday walk, bushwalk, I'm very blessed that this is part of my income earning structure that I have, to be able to enjoy a nice stroll, a nice morning through the national parks and that in the local area. As part of my job description is amazing, really, to tell the truth, but it does help provide me with some incentive or motivation to get outdoors and get some exercise, because it's part of my income stream. So guys, whatever it takes to get you outside, to get you breathing in the fresh air, get you hearing the birds and all the animals around in these places. There's no excuse for not getting out and involved in nature. It's accessible everywhere for free. It's just having that mindset and getting a routine somehow to get you outdoors and doing it. I feel there's so much benefit, not just for your physical health, but your emotional and mental health as well. And you could use it as a bonding session with your partner or with your children or something, and get everyone involved. It's something that I'm very passionate about, is advocating for getting outdoors, exercising. It's all linked. Everything's linked between your mental health, your physical health, your diet, and your connection with nature, and your social connections too. Is always very good to get out and do these things, and working on it. And it's not easy. It's not easy to find time in everyone's busy week and all the rest of it, I know. But I've made a big conscious effort over the last 5 years to structure my life in a more probably self-serving manner, in the fact that I do things that I do to benefit myself, which can also generate incomes, which is great. And the good thing about what I do, I suppose, it creates benefits for other people as well. So it's a win-win situation for me. But whether you do it for recreation or income or work it out, sometimes I talk to companies and that, and we can have board meetings and that, or meetings, and through conversations on a bushwalk. Meetings don't have to be around a office room with tables and chairs. There can be other environments to have these business meetings or whatever, and they'll create even better outcomes with your team, getting to know each other on a different level, in a different environment, which is good too. So whatever it takes, have a talk to your boss, or if you're self-employed, work out to meet things outside of the office or whatever. But whatever it takes, just try and get a weekly interaction with nature. Obviously daily walks and that are important, but if you get out and about at least once a week, with nature, I feel you'll have better positive outcomes in your life. Your emotional well-being, you'll be able to control your emotions more, and work on your breathing while you're out here. You can work on your breathing and that sort of stuff, and it sort of flicks your switches off, and helps relax. I feel anyway, this is what I've been finding. And again, I am blessed because it is part of my working week, and I know that, and everyone will say that, oh, you're so lucky and all the rest of it. But there are strategies you can do to incorporate it into your everyday life or your working life. You just have to think outside the box. A lot of these meetings and that, they don't need to be in the office. They can be out there, or you don't even need to be sitting. You can go for a walk and have a talk, especially the smaller type meetings. But today, I suppose I want to talk about, choosing to be happy. It's a choice. it's a choice that we make every single minute of every single day, whether to be happy or not. I choose to be happy. I'm very blessed. It's a very easy choice for me to make because I've got a lot of blessings in my life. But regardless, we've talked about, succumbing to the 3 P's of pessimism before: permanence, pervasiveness, and personal. So taking things personal, all encompassing. If it's everything around you negative or whatever, it can be become all impregnating in your life, or permanent, as in it's going to last forever. So often these challenges that we face in life don't last forever. They aren't personal, and they don't have to incorporate every minute of every day, 7 days a week. So even though we are going through challenges in life, and you're not Robinson Crusoe if you're going through a challenge. Everyone goes through challenges. Everyone has different things they're dealing with or have dealt with, and I'm sure everyone has trauma in their life. It's just one of them things that we got to learn to deal with. So I suppose the first thing is acknowledging you're not Robinson Crusoe. You're not the first person or the only person to go through what you're going through, even though what you're going through is probably quite personal. But it's no different. Trauma's and pain's pain, and I suppose the best thing is to try and find, and it takes work, try and work out ways to get happiness or get positive emotions into your everyday routine while you're trying to overcome this trauma or this pain that you're experiencing. So that could be simple as these walks. That could be good. Social development, work, and it takes energy to go on Friday, for example. I last week or a couple of weeks ago, I rung up some mates from a project. We'd done a 2-year defence contract together back in 2014 to 2016, Overlander 121, doing design work and that on that project. And it's very easy to let all these people in your life slip out of you never hear from them or hear from them again or whatever. But there's a few of us that make a big conscious effort, to get together, and we got together a bit before Christmas, and 5 of us got together again on Friday, organising a time that suits everyone and a place that suits everyone, because everyone's scattered around the place and that. But making that effort and trying to connect with people does create better outcomes in your life. And it's good, but it's not free. It costs you time, it costs you energy, and you got to be willing to do that. So basically, choosing to be happy is not going to be easy, because you've got to take steps to do it. Obviously, if you're in a dangerous or abusive situation, obviously you've got to remove yourself to safety first, and you've got to find safe spaces and that as well. But there's people in war zones. There's homeless people that got nothing or nothing to lose. I've done a lot of projects overseas, and some of them people that I dealt with, they had no hope of a future. They, earning less than $200 US a month or something for slaving away, 12-hour days or whatever, they can be miserable and choose to be miserable, or they can just, smile and try and enjoy what they got. And a lot of that was through appreciation as well, appreciating the simple things in life. Air costs us nothing. We can breathe in fresh air. We're in Australia. We're very lucky. We haven't got much pollution even in our cities as some other places I know, but out in these rural areas and in these forests, it's beautiful clear air, so we can take good deep breaths, But yeah, so happiness is a choice. We can choose to be happy or choose to be sad, I suppose, or bitter or twisted or whatever it is. But you can still have arguments or debates, or you can still be going through challenging times while choosing to be happy, and you can sort of focus on a certain thing. You might have a court case coming up, or you might have a meeting with someone or something that's causing you stress or whatever, but don't let it consume your whole week leading up to that, or your whole weeks leading after that. Try and break it up and try not to take things personally, because often it's not personally, often it's more to do with money. A lot of these issues and a lot of these things we face, and finances, you know, and eventually finances sort themselves out in the end. It's, you just got to keep working at it and plotting forward or whatever. But the three things that I want to try and communicate that might help with your choice to be happy is self-determination, self-accountability, and self-advocacy. So yeah, being personally accountable for your life. It's your life, it's my life. There's no one going to come and save me from my life. If I need help, I need to go and ask for it. I need to seek help. If I want assistance, I need to go and ask for assistance, and get it. And there's no shame in asking for anything or putting your hand up and saying, look, I'm struggling. I need help. There are thousands of people out there that will help you. But there's no white knight in shining armor going to come and rescue you or rescue me, or there's no Xena the warrior princess going to come and pull me from my sludges. I got to make choices myself and ask help for myself and live my life the best I can. And it's only me that's responsible for my life. No one else is. It's very easy to say, oh yeah, the world's stuffed and this is wrecked and that's wrecked or whatever. But the world's against me, and that was a big thought I had for ages. The world doesn't owe anyone anything, and it's up to us to create the social connections that we need, the personal relationships that we need, and all that's only achieved through self-accountability. We've got to be accountable for our own actions and our own position in life, and we've got to make steps and take action to get to where we want to be or where we need to be. And sometimes these steps and these actions could take years, and that's okay. You don't have to wait for you to get to your destination to be happy, because if you're waiting for something to happen to get happy, you may be waiting a lifetime, because then there'll be something else or some other challenge that you have to overcome before you be happy. And then before long, you're a senior and you still haven't lived your life happy. So that's today's message, I suppose, is to try and take steps in your life to do what needs to be done, to develop your social network, to develop your career or your financial situation, and develop your personal relationships in such a way where you can be happy every day. And whilst sometime during that day you might have difficulties with a court case, or you might have difficulties with certain situations throughout the day or whatever, don't let it consume your whole life. It's important just to not take it personally. It's often not personal at all. It's not, it's not you. More than not, often than not, it's about money or possessions or trivial stuff like that. So so that's today's message anyway. So self accountability, self-determination, personal responsibility, and self-advocacy. But if you can't advocate for yourself, ask for help. Put your hand up. I need help over here. I'm not getting the results I require. I feel I'm being bereaved, and get someone to help you, because reaching out and asking for help is a very strong, it's a strength. It's a very strong thing that you can do. It's not a weakness. So asking for help is important, but also doing the hard yards. It's hard work to build up friends and to maintain them friends and to go out on these social outings, and it can be hard to sort of fit into your busy schedule, but it's your responsibility to do that. And as a human, to get the best results in life, it pays to have a good balance between your work, your personal relationships, your social relationships, your family connections. All these things you got to work on, and they're never ever perfect, and you might struggle through one or two sections of your life, but if you try and work on all of them, and that then one might fail a little bit for a little while. Then you can lean on some of the other supports that you got. So it's just about building up foundations for your life, I suppose, and that's part of the complexity, adding complexity to your life. Some of our workshops that we talk about, because it's not easy. It's complex to go and manage several friends, and manage your career, and to manage your relationship with your children and your husband or your partner or your wife or whatever. And it's hard to manage your relationship with the principal at the school where the kids go, and the teachers, and all that sort of stuff. So trying to work out a way to navigate all that stuff and to consider it all is what I refer to as a balanced life. You've got to have time for yourself to be the best you can be, so you can be the best you can be in your relationships and in your connections, and with your kids, and all the rest of it, to create better outcomes in everyone's life. So a lot of mums that I talk to, for example, always they put their children first, and their children are their number one priority in that, and they let themselves go, they let their diet go, they get stressed out and they run around, and they're not taking self-care of themselves, and they're always flustered or on edge, or get cranky. They're cranky all the time or whatever. But by prioritising yourself and doing what's right for you is creating better outcomes for everyone that's around you or associated with you, or in your personal relationships, and that your best version will help your husband, or my best version helps my partner, her best version helps me, and the kids, and the business, and it's all interconnected. So it's important to prioritise yourself, and that number one priority, regardless of what's going on in your life, should be to maintain your happiness, because happy people are better people. And I don't know if there's any actual evidence to suggest that, or whether there's any research been done on it, and that's just me saying it, but evidence that I have seen through my own lived experience is the happier I am, the better my life is. So trying to find ways to maintain or keep that happiness flowing is important to me. And that's why I identify as an entrepreneur. It's not just about business, it's not just about money. It's also about my personal relationships. It's about my intimate relationships. It's about my connections with nature and the planet, and doing my best, to be connected in the community and get involved in some of these big social issues, and they can be quite stressful, and different people have big firm ideas on different methods and this and that. But it's okay to have different opinions and to express yourself. In fact, I think it's healthy, like if we all thought the same, the world would be a pretty boring place. So I like to think that whether anyone agrees with my opinion or not, it's based on, my perception and my eyes and the way I perceive the world. And it has validness, and everyone's opinion has some sort of validness. And often you see really strong competing perspectives, because they're viewing things from totally different sides of the equation, and they're arguing complete polar opposites about the same thing, and it's quite weird to see. So so understanding that no one's going to see the world the way you see it, and it's okay to have a voice too on some of these big issues is important too. So basically guys, just try and find ways to be happy, and if you can't be happy, try and find out why not, and create steps to get you there, because to me that's what life's all about, having a great time. Cheers mate, bye.